Hello, welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast, episode 200.
Nope.
How many times am I going to screw that up?
Did you say one? You really said one? Why would we have there's only 100? Come on, Jason.
Well, no, I was going to say 100 and think how many times I said 101, 102, 100.
That's like 99 times.
99 times. So welcome to the show, guys. Thank you guys so much.
99 bottles of beer.
Yes, we're singing already. It's already off the rails. As you heard, this is episode 200. It's actually more than 200. Jesper and I recorded a lot of like interviews and stuff like that, but this is technically, well, not technically. I don't know. It's 200. This is what it's labeled. So it's been.
Why am I here if it's more than 200? You false pretenses.
Because we like you, Jesper.
Can you make sure your mic's in the bathroom? Can you do that? Because that's what I like the most. Good old Jesper. Yes, Jesper's back. Mike's in the bathroom.
No. Just for one time. I'm not back.
So yeah, just real quick, go to gigeconomyshow.com. Thank you, our Patreon members, Samson, Steve, Bud, Omar, Delivery Cats, Jamie, Frank, Tom, Jim. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show. A lot of these are like year-long supporters. I think I talked to Samson one time. I think he's second on top of Larry as far as who had been a Patreon supporter since then. I hope he still listens. And then the Telegram group, Larry, give us a 10 seconds. What is it?
Yeah, so the Telegram group's way you can communicate with people to either text or voice messages. We have a group that has gig related people who do gig jobs all over the country and all over the world. And we get on there and chat and vent and shoot the shit and get to know each other and have fun.
That was over 10 seconds. All right. Try to keep up. So this episode, honestly, is we have a rundown, but these guys, let me introduce them real quick. Obviously, you know, Jesper, the OG that left. I just read that. And then we have Gabe, of course, as you know, and then Pete. A lot of you don't know Pete. I don't know the exact time frame. I mean, I would have to go look at the rundowns because we've been using the rundowns like from the beginning. But Pete is Diamond Bitch, as you see, and he would always brag, and he would say something like da 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 da, because I'm Diamond Bitch, da 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 da. I'm Diamond Bitch, and I was like, yeah, you're Diamond Bitch, but you still get all the car seats.
Yeah, the car seat king and the Diamond Bitch.
Yeah,
that's what I should have used for my tag was car seat king.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think you were the first Diamond Bitch, right? Because there's several after, but I think you were the first who actually hit it.
It was one of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I'm sure Gabe at some point when it came out was hitting that too.
Yeah. It's overrated.
Mark said, it is now. Mark said he's baby seat bitch or botch.
Grandpa over here.
Yeah, I think that was the one thing you could always tell when Pete was out because he'd be like, "Cause I'm Diamond Bitch," or he'd be like, "I gotta take a piss."
Yeah. I should have hit up John because he probably has all those audio clips.
All those clips, yeah.
He does. He saves them all.
So Pete was on, God, I swear it was 2 years, but maybe it wasn't. I don't even know if it was.
I wasn't on the podcast for 2 years, but I did rideshare full time for 2 years.
Okay.
So
yeah.
You did the golden years though, Pete. You did where it was good.
Yeah.
Someone posted the other day, they were like, what's the biggest surge you got? And they were like, I got $25.
That's cute.
I know. Some of the OG drivers.
Isn't that precious?
Was pictures of like 8.8, 9.1.
11 times on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Bless your heart.
Yeah.
I still remember that night. I think I made more than $1,000 that one New Year's Eve.
The good old days.
I know.
I think that same New Year's Eve, you and I both, I was like, I'm tired. The app would not stop. And I'm like, I've made $1,000. I can't go anymore, but it was still going.
It was ridiculous.
I'll tell you what, I miss it though. I got this, I finally got a like decent ride, and I've toyed the idea of like hitting Uber up and be like, I got a new car.
Yeah. A little fun money.
Go
I mean,
out
you
for
don't need it.
like a night or something on a Friday night because I'm usually just sitting here playing WoW anyways. So.
Hey, come on back over to the dark side, Pete.
His first ride would be over on the southeast side and
Be picking up ivory.
I was just say first ride be Ivory for sure.
It wouldn't be southeast side because Ivory's from the west side.
Yeah.
Somebody said he moved though, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'm sure, but yeah, rideshare's changed though, man. Like it's still the same work. Like I don't think like the people have changed. I think it's still.
Oh yeah.
I think it's the same, right? Wouldn't you say, Larry? I mean, as far as the people.
Yeah, I mean the mechanics, everything's still the same.
I don't think the
like
people.
I said, the sense of adventure is not like it was in the early years for sure. Like you said, chasing those 10x surges, it's just not there anymore. Like, oh, it's a $5 add-on surge. Woo!
I feel like
here's the question though: how have people changed since COVID? Because I know pre-COVID, people were a certain way, but it seems like now that COVID has been over with, people are different.
I don't feel like they're
not as nice.
Well, not as nice, huh?
I feel like they're not as crazy. You don't get the crazy stories like we used to.
Really?
Well, you got to drive at night, Gabe.
Yeah,
that's overrated.
Yeah, that's very true. You don't usually get the crazy ones, although every now and then one will sneak in on you.
You guys tease me. I go in at 11. Gabe doesn't even come out after 5 o'clock.
Hey, if the street lights are on, Gabe's home.
But I mean, even now, the bars aren't even open as late anymore. People they don't stay out as late anymore.
I think it depends on the area, but you are right. I don't know of a bar that in Grand Rapids. Now, I'm not a big bar guy anyways, but I don't even know one that is open till 2 a.m.
Ours are still open till 2.
Who?
The bars here in Bowling Green are still open.
Well, I think they're like maybe the Anchor is, maybe some of those dive bars, but like.
I mean, back when I was driving the nights, I mean, most of them when they were over, they were done with by 1:15. They're done. They don't want to drive. They don't want to stay open anymore. That's it. They're done.
Well, I think maybe what's changed for me as far as that is like it's not worth staying out till 2 a.m. anymore. It's not.
Yeah, you don't get those multiplier surges.
Exactly. Why deal with the vomit and all that stuff for a little extra money? Like,
right.
I mean, that you possibly could make in the afternoon. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's why it's so different in the market because it's still worth it for me to stay out here because we never got the huge surges here. I mean, except like unless it was like New Year's Eve or something like that. But we have a good per mile rate, so it's worth it still.
I think you have like the best in the country.
I saw one time. I don't remember where it was at. I've seen one that's higher than us. That's it.
I was gonna say, let's be honest, Larry. You have the higher rate, so
I 100% admit that.
What I'm hearing is move to Bowling Green.
No, don't do that because then it all ruined for Larry.
Exactly. They need y'all in Michigan.
So you have upfront pricing for Uber or for Lyft down there?
For Uber.
Oh, and it's still a decent rate?
Still $1.17 a mile, buddy.
Wow.
That's crazy because we have upfront pricing for Lyft here, but we don't have it for Uber here.
Same here. Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I would want to know with Gabe's market how it was upfront pricing and then it flipped back. Like, what did they see or what happened that they were like, okay, we got like it just seems odd.
Yeah, because I was super sad. Like Uber was upfront and Lyft was not. So I was like, Lyft ride.
Yeah.
And then Lyft went to upfront. And I was like, fuck. So I turned on Uber and it was like, nope, not anymore. And I was like, thank God.
I stopped doing Lyft after that accident I got in while I was on a Lyft pickup. After that hassle, I basically didn't ever do Lyft anymore.
Was that your chapstick day?
Yeah.
God damn, we should have that video.
Yeah, we should all have our chat stick with.
That was priceless.
I was gonna message John, is he online?
Lyft last night when I was out driving that I have to upgrade my phone by August 24th or something like that when a new iOS comes out because they don't want to accept my iPhone 7 anymore.
iPhone 7.
Yeah,
That's what I
I bought that
Upgrade.
thing when I started Ubering, man, and I've used it ever since. That's all I use it for. It stays in the car.
Larry said he got his phone from Moses.
That's right. I got a stone tablet, man.
But I was gonna say, I don't think an iPhone 7's that old, is it? I mean, it's only
It's 7 years old.
It's
Listen,
only 7 years old.
So-
No, it's more than that,
they
right?
use
Well, I mean, I got it
iPhone-
7 years ago.
It's
So there
iPhone
was,
15
yeah.
today, Jason.
yeah,
Yeah. So what? 7 years?
7, 8. It probably came out 8 or 9.
2016.
It wasn't brand new when I
2016,
got
yep.
it.
Okay, so 8 years.
Yeah, so I got it in 2017. But
Thanks,
Yeah,
Mark. You
I
know how to
mean-
count.
back when I was doing Uber, Uber horse and buggy here, picking up the Amish.
So out of all of us, who started driving first? I think
Wasn't me.
I was in 16.
I was in 16.
I was in 15. I
Oh,
started driving
18.
Uber in 15. Yeah.
I was end of May 2016.
So I drove Uber first in 15. Then I started driving Lyft I drove Lyft, only Lyft for about a year and a half.
Did they
And
booted
a
you?
ticket.
No. Then you guys talked me back into go back on Uber, and then they kicked me off kicked me off Lyft.
For your
and
lead
it-
foot.
Huh?
For your lead foot.
Yeah, my lead foot. Yeah. But Uber don't care about that. So I was on.
They
on
send you
Uber
nasty
forever.
warnings all the time, but they don't do anything about it.
Jesper's
Oh,
the
no.
only person I know that can make a minivan peel out.
Takes
Well,
a special
and-
skill.
And I remember the officer, he was being real stupid. I mean, he was real mean about it. I was like, but what am I going to say to him? No, I didn't speed. No, I did speed. But what am I going to say?
There's no way you could have lied about that. How fast
No.
you were going.
No. I
Like,
will.
Sorry, officer, I was doing 95. I mean,
Were you doing 95?
In a No, not
in a 65 zone. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Mm.
I will say Jesper took us out one time and my wife was like, he drives like shit. And I was like, he's fine.
Hey,
He's fine.
you got there in one piece. Okay?
I know. That's what I told her.
Did you die?
Did you
Okay,
die?
then, tip the man.
And she said, don't tip his ass. And I was like, no, I gotta know. She didn't say that.
Did
So-
you die?
Did you die? So I feel like Pete has some stories. Do you have anything that that you want to tell that you kind of can remember as far as that like goes?
Oh man, there's so many because I did most of my driving on Fridays and Saturdays. So
Yeah.
like the first, I don't know, half the year I was doing a lot of different stuff, but then I kind of like narrowed it down to where I was doing like a half day Thursday. And then I was working like all day Friday and Saturday. Like I'd get up super early in the morning, go do the airport runs, come home, take a lunch, take a nap, and then go back out and work till late night. So I had so much stuff. I was looking at some of the videos on my YouTube. I think one of the funniest ones was probably the girl I picked up at the Bob, and she was so wasted. Her friend gets in the front seat and like they're just start celebrating because there's an aux cord. And then her friend is still standing outside the car. And she's like, what are you doing to her friend? And she's like, is there a back door? I was driving a 4-door vehicle. And she was standing right. She was so drunk. She couldn't find the back door, standing right next to it.
I
And-
remember that. You were on Wealthy, weren't you?
I don't remember where I was, to be
I
honest.
remember that video.
But yeah, it was hilarious. But
Yeah.
man, there's another time where a guy like jumped on the back of my car down at the Bob. I think I popped out of the car the fastest I ever moved back in those days.
Did I send you the video that just happened to me in the last couple months?
Oh, I've never seen Jason move so fast. He
When
was
that guy
out of
hit your car.
Dude,
Yeah, when he hit my
dude
brand new
slapped his
car.
car. He was out. Boom.
I was out. There's something about, I don't know what it is. Like, even if your car is a hunk of junk, there's something disrespectful of somebody slapping or hitting your car.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but you're offended and you want to kill somebody.
Oh, yeah.
You know how he usually would get pissed off when people would request to hook up to his stereo? No, this was worse. Like he was
way worse. Yeah.
He was like, the guy, what did he say? Do your fucking job.
Yeah.
Like,
he's like, I drive for a living too. I was like, why don't you go have another beer or something like that? he was pretty drunk. But yeah, there's something about that just drives me out.
And it was new, it was newer to you. Your car.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've only had the car for like 11 months. It's just under a year, so it was.
This is you have a Bolt now, right? Or Bolt or Volt? Bolt.
Bolt.
Think, right?
Yeah, the Bolt. Yep. So yeah, I was pretty pissed. I mean, it didn't do anything to it, of course. I mean, it's a piece of metal, but it's just the disrespect. I'm like, I'm gonna hit this guy's car. Like, I didn't even try to escalate it. I just canceled because I was like, I'm not dealing with him. And he was like, nope, not today, motherfucker. I was waiting for him to hit me. I wasn't going to hit him first, but man, I was ready for a fight. I'm like, but then I'm thinking to myself, okay, so I fight right now. I'm vulnerable. My car's wide open. Like, we could be pummeling. Somebody jumps in my fucking car and steals it. You know, the Kia boys out running around. And I was like, man, I'm glad we didn't get in a fight, because that would have been bad. So,
right.
So back when you were doing that work back in 2018, did they have the 12-hour limits on those apps yet or not?
Yeah.
Oh, did they? So
yeah. So I had to. It worked out great because I'd go out in the morning, like super early in the morning. And I'd come home, have lunch, and I would just take a nap. And, I wouldn't go back out on the road until like 5 or 6. So I got that break in there, and it was, worked out great.
Yeah. And you ran both. I know you said you got off Lyft after that accident, but you know what? Uber would have screwed you too.
Yeah. I mean, even when I was doing both, I mainly did Uber.
Oh, okay.
That's how we got that damn diamond.
That's how I got Diamond Bitch. Yeah.
That's true. And there was no payout like there is now. I mean, they still do that payout, right, Gabe? Or is it market specific?
It's a one-time payout.
Yeah, it's a one-time. Like, you get it, and then they'll advertise that you get it again. And I got it, but I didn't get paid, and it said you have to do it one more time. Like, they keep changing it. It's not every time.
Okay. All right.
They're a bunch of bitches.
So what, as far as driving, Pete, what would be your tip as far as like somebody that wants to grind it out? Because I feel like you did it like kind of like Gabe does. It's really a schedule, right? I mean, you kind of just get up. Gabe tries to get out at the same time, but the luxury of being an independent contractor, you don't have to. If you need to sleep in or you oversleep, it's not the end of the world. But is that what you did? Like, scheduled it out, that kind of stuff, being really regular?
Yeah, because if I didn't, I had to treat it like, for me personally, I had to treat it like a regular job. Yeah. Because if I didn't, then I would slack, right? So I knew, come Friday, I had to get up at 4 in the morning, get out there.
Yeah.
And I think as far as tips go, and really I still learned this from Gabe. You have to learn your market. You have to learn, what the events are that are going on, what's going on downtown, where the busy bars are, what sides of town not to turn your app on.
Yeah, where it's going to surge and when it's going to surge.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's the one thing, like, when I look at these groups and they're like, hey, can I do this? Or I see the people that work 75, 80 hours a week, and I'm like, why? Like, I can probably tell you a third of your day that you're out, like, you're just paying to work.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. It's wasted time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Do you feel when you're out there for those times, though, that aren't busy, you count that as work time? I mean,
do.
You're away from your home, but like, if you were going to break down your hourly, do you take the active time or the time that you were like on the app? I
take a lunch break, and then I divide it out, because when it's slow with drives, I do shopping or DoorDash. So I found that balance of like, okay, I'm going to drive during this time because it's busy. Then I'm going to switch to deliveries because it's this. And if it's that kind of in between, I'm like, all right, I'm going to drive. But if there's an Instacart order that pops up that's good, I'm going to grab that, put that in my queue, finish this ride, jump over to Instacart.
Yeah. That's why gig work is so different now than when Pete was working. You know what I mean? Yeah, there was food when you were around, but I don't even know. Grubhub was around.
Yeah, but we talked so bad about food delivery back before the COVID. We were like, I'm not doing food delivery. I mean, we looked down on it so much.
I know.
Talk shit about it so bad. And then COVID hit, and we're all like, all right, food delivery it is. And
I feel like
Jason's like, I ain't taking people in my car no more. I'm doing food delivery.
But I feel like DoorDash was always good. Before even COVID, it got real good when COVID happened, but Uber Eats sucked ass.
Yes.
Until I just noticed here in the nighttime, like, because I was out a couple hours yesterday evening, it was actually pretty good for Uber Eats. I was surprised. I was getting like $30 offers for like 5 miles. And I was like, what the fuck? Have I missed out on like these, dinner time?
For me with Uber Eats, I feel like if you do one, they're like, oh, okay, he's going to work our platform, and they'll start sending you. Because, I mean, there's still a few trash here and there. Yeah. But if I exclusively do Uber Eats, turn everything else off, I feel like I do okay.
Yeah. Well, it's like, look at John. John does it at night. Look at his offers he gets.
Yeah.
Some of them he posts. And I'm just like, $30 to deliver a fucking sandwich? Like,
I know. I don't even think I've gotten one from Uber Eats that big, just a random, like not a catering order or anything. But
I got a $31 for a liter of
cola,
Kettle One, and a $7.50, like a fifth of tequila yesterday.
Wow,
it was going 2 miles.
Jeez,
yeah. Somebody needed to drink real bad.
Well, I say, man, when I'm out, like, going out to dinner or whatever, and I got a real good buzz on, I always tip so much better. I don't know why. Like, you don't feel like wealthy. You just feel like, I just love everybody. Like, here's 40% for you. And then you get home, you're like, holy crap. So Jesper, you drove for a long time, just part-time, like you were a weekend warrior.
Right.
Do you feel like that was like enough for you as far as like the extra money you wanted to make? Because you literally would only do like 9 p.m. to like 3 a.m.
Oh yeah. No,
do you think that's the best time to drive for everybody? Like,
well, but yes, but for me it was not. It wasn't just the money. For me, it was I always called it my therapy, right? Mm-hmm. And honestly, whenever I drove in the daytime, it sucked for me. I hated driving in the daytime.
It's a different vibe. It's for sure.
It's a totally different vibe.
We wouldn't even know he was out some days.
Right. Yeah. It was just, it wasn't fun for me. For me to get my rideshare kick, I had to be out when people had fun. It was like when I was out, when I was driving people to and from the town, having out, when they were out having fun, I was having fun. That was the fun time. That was my therapy. That was when I kind of really, then it was okay for me to give up my family time, right? And then it was okay that I also made extra money, because obviously at those times, that was when you also made extra money.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh yeah.
So
that was the real money.
Right, that's the money. We always used to say, if you don't drive Friday and Saturday night, that's what you experience too, Pete. Friday and Saturday night, that's what you have to drive. Otherwise, you're not going to make it as a full-time driver.
Mm-hmm. Thursday nights too. Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, Thursday, Friday. I couldn't drive Thursday night because I had to work on Friday. But if when I drive Friday and Saturday, I would usually drive 2 weekends a month. I would drive 1 weekend, 2 weekends a month. And I would drive a whole weekend. So I would drive, 8 hours. Well, sometimes I would drive 8 hours on Friday and 12 hours on Saturday. So I would end up driving 20 hours in a weekend. And I would go to work Friday and I would sleep for like an hour. And then I would go to drive another 8 hours afterwards.
Or you would be up for like almost 24 hours because you drive. Especially on those really busy nights, like you could still, the surge would die down, but then all the bar people were going home.
I still do that sometimes. Yeah, exactly.
You would get those quests too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I didn't do a lot of quests. I mean, the quests got big at the end of when I drove.
Right.
I mean, honestly, now I'm done. I mean,
Well, you're not missing much. The quests aren't much now.
I'm canceled out on both. I'm not active on neither Lyft nor Uber. I mean, so
the real question is, if you're not active on those platforms and that was your therapy, what's your therapist's name?
Well, so I'm not actively doing therapy right now, but my therapist's name is Matt.
Oh, okay. Well, good. At least you have a name for it. That's good. Pete held up
Jason, you asked me for tips, and Jesper kind of touched on this. I think another really good tip is learning to recognize when people want to talk and when people don't want to talk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to be able to, I think if you really want to be a very successful rideshare driver, you have to be able to conversate with people.
Yeah, you actually, I mean, everyone says, if you're kind of an introvert, you can do gig work. And that is totally true. You can be a rideshare driver and be introverted. You're just not going to get as many tips.
Yeah.
You're just not. I mean, people tip because of
or work in the mornings, because people in the morning don't want to talk.
Yeah. People during the day do not want to talk.
Yeah. You just got to, you got to read the room and you got to know when to turn it on. And I honestly, when I say turn it on, I'm not bullshitting, but like if I make a connection with somebody, like I'm going to have fun with it. Right. Like, cause like, oh, that's a cool story or whatever. Cause when it comes down to it, I don't mind those conversations because they're short, right? Yeah. You have little bursts of like interaction. So it's not like someone's in your car for 8 hours and you have to.
That's what I loved about doing rideshare was that basically every 15, 20 minutes, you get a brand new story.
A new life
you get to hear.
Yeah. It all starts over. It's like rewind, start fresh, wipe the blackboard clean, and start from a new game.
So on that note, though, Jason, you said 8 hours. What is the longest ride you guys have had? Larry, what's your longest ride you ever had?
It was probably about not terrible long. Probably I don't know, maybe 3 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was last 4th of July actually.
Okay.
A lady that
so true, Mark. He knows we've never met in person, but he knows. He's like, yeah, I can imagine Jason saying, "Cool story, bro." Like 100%.
But that was an interesting ride that I picked up a lady, and she'd actually she'd been dating a guy here. She lived in Richmond, Kentucky, and he had actually been got turned abusive. She was trying to get away from him, and he had come the day before and actually beat the crap out of her, kidnapped her, and brought her to Bowling Green.
I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, so she needed a ride back after he had gotten arrested. So
yeah. Mine. I went to Columbus, Ohio. That was an off app thing. I ended up because I probably talked to Gabe about this. I talked to somebody in our main OG group because Lyft was only 300 max. So I was worried he wanted. So this guy, same thing, getting out of a weird relationship. So someone in Columbus was booking the ride. And then so I ended up talking to him, but I was worried I wasn't going to get paid, because they just stop at 300, right? Like it just shuts off. So I ended up communicating with him, and we did a cash deal like Venmo or Cash App. It ended up being like $500 he paid me. But yeah, Columbus, Ohio was as far as I went. And I will absolutely not do long rides now. They are I'm not kidding you, Pete. You should see some of these prices from the airport to Grand Haven. It's like $25.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
Yeah. Ugh. Or Muskegon. Wow. It's so bad on the long trips. It's like, and people take them. Like, I assume when it pops up on the radar and then it goes away, like somebody took that fucking trip. Like it just doesn't go away because you'd still keep getting it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's terrible now.
And Lyft is worse here with the upfront pricing.
That's horrible. What about you, Gabe? What's your longest ride?
I've done 2 3.5 hour ones.
Okay.
Yeah, I did from here to Chicago.
Okay.
That was fun. And then
was that from Ypsilanti or from Grand Rapids?
Ypsilanti. And then I did one from Grand Rapids, just north of Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to Chicago, Detroit, Columbus. I think that's about it.
Okay.
Hector in the chat talked about since we're not talking about any stories, but I did write about it in the headline. I'll have to change that. He says Waymo just went live in San Francisco. What do you guys think about driverless rideshare? Meaning went live. Anyone can order a Waymo now in San Francisco. You don't have to be on a wait list. So it's like it's full out the door. So somebody for like Pete that's kind of out of that realm. What do you think about that? Or out of the biz, I guess.
I don't know that I would feel comfortable being in a driverless rideshare.
Just
quite yet.
The safety of it, or just
yeah.
We've watched a couple of videos where it wasn't unsafe. It was just like this cop was trying to direct this Waymo car, and it like the car didn't know what to do. It was trying to get from point A to point B on the other side of the street, but it was blocked for an accident. But it just kept creeping forward towards the cop, and the cop's like, stop. And so I think I would be more like, I think it's going to, screw up more than a safety thing. We never see any of these videos of these cars going down the highway. So I'm assuming there's no problem with them booking down the highway. You know what I mean, Larry? Like we don't ever see videos of it screwing up on the highway.
Yeah. It's generally when it's, like in a downtown
traffic
situation, there's
congestion,
a lot of objects around that's kind of confusing. But yeah, you don't ever see any or hear about anything that happens on the highway, which is, I guess, a good thing, because I know one of our stories that I was going to talk about tonight was Uber partnering with this trucking company. That they're running big 18-wheelers driverless.
Well, that's scary.
Yeah.
To be honest, I heard it interesting. It might have been a YouTube video. I think it was a YouTube video. A channel that I follow was talking about the difference between driverless cars and driverless semi trucks. Mm-hmm. And the thing is those semi trucks can pack a lot more equipment because they don't have to look as pretty.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so often they're safer.
And again, they're on the highway. They're not going through downtown places. I guess.
I mean,
till they get to where the the very end, last mile.
They have to get on and off the highway. I mean,
but I heard as they starting out, there would be a driver there when it would get off the highway to finish from the highway to wherever they got to back up to. But if you ever get bored, look up like, I don't know what you would look up, like semi driving in New York City. And you watch these videos of these guys trying to fucking back up. And the craziest, it's not just the cars. Everything's so tight down there. Like you're watching 90-degree turns in these small buildings, and they do it. It just takes forever. How stressful would that be?
Jason, you see it in New York. Try and see it in some of the European cities that are not even built for any cars.
That's a good point.
No, ridiculous.
Yeah, that would be a stressful job, but yeah, I mean, I'm fine with a driverless car. I think honestly, it's just because it's new, right? I think once we get used to it, like I have that. I get it with the car for like a year or two, something. Then you got to pay a subscription, just like all these cars are going to subscription for the services. Yeah. It was complete bullshit, but it's called Super Cruise. So basically, if you're on the highway, you can take your hands. I burped and then you went like this, like I got it.
It keeps bothering me.
Yeah. Smell-o-vision.
But as long as you're on the highway, you can take your hands off the steering wheel, and
I can take my hands off my wheel too. It doesn't go very well.
Well, without dying. So the car's got adaptive cruise, which isn't it's not a new technology. And then it's got the Super Cruise, but I didn't like it at first. And now, fuck, man, when I get done with my Amazon route and I'm getting on 131, I put that shit on right away. You can eat snacks. You do have to be careful, though, like when you take a drink, because the camera's right on the steering wheel. You take a drink and you take more than 3 swallows, it starts blinking like, hey, you're not looking. But
what about when you're like in Super Cruise and you're grabbing the duck?
Yeah, as long as I look down quick and get it in and look right back up and make eye contact.
Yeah.
It's not a duck, it's a goose, goddammit.
It's a goose.
He gets so mad at me, I always call it the duck.
I swear he's doing it on purpose. No, this is the Goose. You can win one of these at the picnic this year, which we haven't even.
But did you? I mean, did you use it, or is it a new one?
This one is. I've not used a Goose for anything, and I have. I think I have one more or two more in a package somewhere.
Yeah.
No. They come new, not used by Jason.
Yeah.
Unless you want to pay Gatorade.
He's still used to the Gatorade bottle.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like home.
Yeah, it is. It's comfort to me. Except when you don't get it in all the way and it leaks out and you don't realize it until you're done peeing. You're like, why is my underwear wet?
Or when you get your car. That's the one thing I miss about Grand Rapids is going to Mister and having my car detailed because we don't have anything like that here. And unless you pay for like a full detail. And I was like thinking about, I was like, man, I need a detail. And I was looking around. I'm like, I have to take everything out. And I'm like, well, at least I don't have any Gatorade bottles like Jason where they'll take it out of my door.
Yeah. So people that are new, the story behind that was, it was a car wash. They did a mini detail. I think you could add it to your monthly subscription. So every time you came in, you had to wait a little bit. But yeah, I left my pee bottle in the side and I'm just like, oh God, I shouldn't have done that. I hope they just looked away. And
I do storming off. He's like, I don't get paid enough for this shit.
Well, the funny part is I fucking did it again at Discount Tire. I forgot to pull it out. I mean, they're not in the car. They're in the car for like 10 seconds, but I got in and I was like, cause they rotated my tires. I'm like, God dang it.
It's like, I don't understand why this guy's got fruit punch Gatorade, but it's
No, which I probably shouldn't. I always buy the orange bottle. Orange flavor. I probably shouldn't do that now that I think about it.
Living on the edge.
But speaking of detailing, though, I heard Tommy's is starting to do that. They're going to start doing that. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I don't know if you drive it around through the car wash and you go to the vacuums, they come out and just do it. I don't know.
I think you paid your monthly and then it was $8 every time you went.
Oh, was it? Was it extra on top of that?
Yeah, it was $8. Now they might have. I haven't been there in 2.5 years, so now they might have a plan that includes it. But it was the best $8 because they detailed pretty good.
Yeah, they did.
That's worth it.
I mean, they wiped everything down. They wiped the windows down.
Took your mats out, sprayed them off.
Yeah, for extra $8, it wasn't bad.
Definitely
I wish Mister would be. I mean, it's not that far away from me, but I never go down that way on 28th Street because honestly, they're never going to be a sponsor. But Tommy's kind of sucks. I'll be honest with you. They kind of suck. Like I go through it and I pay my $21 because I'm doing Amazon routes and there's mud and it gets that off, but it never I think it's because it's a one size fits all, right? So they gotta load trucks and then my little dinky car. So I think a lot of the stuff that whips around misses it. Like it always smears the mirrors. Like it doesn't. Yeah. Anyways, it is what it is.
I'm sorry. What does it do again, Jason?
Mirrors.
Can you
mirrors.
Show us again.
And this is Jazz Hands 2, so it's 2 for 1. Jazz Hands and car wash.
No extra cost there.
Yeah. So
that's tip number 3, by the way. Get yourself a subscription to
exactly
to whatever
car wash.
Car wash.
Yeah, to car wash.
And I'll throw in tip number 4. Get a dash cam.
Did you finally get some night vision? Larry got a free dash cam from Van Drew.
Yeah, they did. They sent me an email and they're like, "Hey, if you'll do a review for this dash cam, we'll send you one of these 3-channel dash cams." And
you get one of the fancy ones, even?
Yeah, the one that I got.
It's not Wi-Fi, which I was hoping for, but no, it's got the 3-channel. So it's got the rear view, facing as well. So yeah, I'm gonna write up a review for them, and they pay you half up front, and then they give you the other half after you do a review. So
now is this through you review on Amazon?
Yeah.
Does it have to be written or is it a video?
Oh, I'm sure they want some video. I'm gonna do a couple. I'm gonna put a couple videos on there too.
Larry, you know why they sent that to you, right? Because your last car accident.
Because the last 3 car accidents. They're like, oh man, this guy's getting hit left and right.
He needs coverage on all areas.
Yeah, and we need Van True as a sponsor.
Yeah, for sure. That third camera works really good even through tint. I put it in my Pilot. Yeah. I did not move it over when Avery got my car. I did not move the third camera over because I'm like, I don't want to wire this whole brand new car. You know, my Pilot, I was like, I'm fine tearing shit apart. You know what I mean? Like, who cares? But I didn't want to wire it all the way to the back. But it does really good through the tin. I don't know how it does it, but it's pretty
Yeah,
clear.
I just got mine like temporarily stuck up there with some like little sticky Velcro stuff because and the wire's just running through the middle of my car because I'm just getting video when I don't have passengers, you know.
Yeah.
And if I like it and decide to keep it, there's a guy I used to work with at the city. He wired up all the police cars with all their video, everything, and he's really good at it. So I'll pay him to wire it all up for me.
Yeah, guys like that can do it in like a quarter of the time that we would do it.
Now, Jason, do you have trouble getting yours out of the mount? Because mine, I feel like I'm going to break. I end up just taking the whole mount down whenever I bring it in.
Well, you wouldn't have to. I don't ever bring mine in.
Well, I mean, I bring mine in if I'm looking at, to look at videos.
Oh, I just take the card out.
Or even when I'm like in the morning when I know I'm going to be parked outside in the hot sun all day, I'll take mine down and stick it.
Well, that is a problem. Those fuckers fall off the windshield when it gets hot.
But yeah, like I said, my original one I had, it just slid right out of the mount real easy. But this one has a clip, so when you put it in, it snaps. And I've tried taking it off, and I'm like, man, I'm going to break this mount.
I do remember when I put it together, it was pretty hard to clip it in, but yeah, Vanture does a great job on the cameras. I know they do have a Wi-Fi one, but they've been the last of the party with the Wi-Fi ones. And although, why do you really need it? I mean,
yeah, and it's not I don't think it's a 2-channel. I think it's just a 1-channel. Their Wi-Fi, maybe.
Yeah, but
I just hooked mine back up in the new car.
Did you?
I was surprised it still worked.
Yeah,
it's worth having.
One? Yeah, I have the N2 Pro.
Okay, the one we still tell people to buy because
really and I mean it's worth it. And almost everybody I know that has one that has used it wasn't for doing rideshare or anything. It's because somebody ran a stoplight, T-boned them, or 18-wheeler runs through you, like happened to me on the back from the picnic or things like that. And it comes in handy because
that is not bitter at all.
Not at all. I'm flying this year.
Yeah, I was gonna say
if something happens to that plane, just know.
Hey, it's out of my hands at that point. I can't do anything. So.
Why would you jinx him like that, Pete?
Yeah, I know. I just put my head down.
Just walk toward the light, Pete. That's all I
know. just know that we have on record it was Pete that did that.
So yeah, my lawyer was like, he's like, I don't think I've ever had a client that has video of their wreck. Why? He's like, if you don't mind, I ask him, why do you have a camera in your car?
Well,
I'm like, just for this reason, exactly for this reason.
I feel like I've seen them more on regular cars.
I just see so many more videos. Like there's just random people just posting shit. That they have a camera in their car.
Yeah, I think they'll be standard on cars probably in 10 years. I mean, I know you can get it as an option on like a Toyota Camry now.
Okay, you see, that's the thing. They should just put them standard in the rear view mirror. Like build it in so it's not, because like my fucking car, it's tiny. So I got 2 mounts on the dash for 2 phones plus the I'm like looking like I'm in a school bus trying to see if traffic's clear.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
So, I understand. Yeah, I don't have enough USB ports.
Right. So
for 2 phones, a camera, I've got my party lights.
Yeah. Did you ever get your righty? Did you ever get your car?
I have not.
Have they communicated with you at all?
No.
God, I got that thing. I used it one night, and I don't think I've done fucking rideshare since.
Which one is that? Is that the zipper pouch thing?
Yeah, that's the convenience store in
and it didn't work, right? The one night you drove.
Yeah, the 2 times. And what was funny about it is those guys must have been stupid because I went in the back. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sit in the back and scan the code. And it worked just fine. I'm like, the 2 times people want it. And then one guy was like, hey, I'll just give you $20 for what was he?
Gum. Wasn't it gum?
It was gum. And then
I gave him $20 for some gum.
I know. And I was like, all right, I'll pull over and I can unlock it myself. But I didn't know exactly how to do it. And I was fumbling through the app. So I couldn't get the fucker unlocked.
I would have drove to the nearest convenience store and bought some gum and brought it out to his ass. Here you go. $20.
What I should have done is just bought it myself, scanned it and bought it. And then he can give me $20.
Exactly.
Like He wanted that gum. He was going to meet some ladies, and they were drunk, and they smoked weed, and they were like, "I need some gum," and I'm like, "Man, I want to give you this gum for $20. I want to give you this gum.
I really want to give you this gum."
So yeah, I don't know what happened. I think if I do start doing rideshare again, I'll take a picture of that QR code and put it like laminate it and Velcro it to I think it's because it's on the back of it and it's kind of folded because it's fabric. A little wrinkle. So at least this would be Velcroed right up front and they could just scan it and it not be an issue. Because I didn't have a problem with it, but
that'd be a good idea.
But you weren't drunk either.
That's true. I mean, literally.
He didn't say that, Jesper. He never said that.
I'm glad he thinks I wasn't drunk. I appreciate
That's a good friend.
I was assuming.
Yeah. But no, I literally, after each of those issues, I pulled over. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? It works just fine. I literally scanned it. It came up immediately. But anyways, yeah. So that could be some feedback for them. Like, hey, if they're really drunk, we need to find I mean, I guess they can only do what they can do, right? I mean, if you can't scan a QR code, then maybe you're too fucked up to buy something.
That's why he's paying $20 for a pack of freaking.
That's
gum.
true. Gum. I think I had the gum in there for $3, and he's like, "I'll give you a 20."
What you should have is just have your own stash of gum in your front. You can give them I
could use that as the advertising of it. And I'm like, oh, you know what? Those are just samples. The price is actually $20.
I can't get this shit to work. Just give me a bag.
It's not a bad idea. I should keep at least some gum on standby.
Hey, you know, I can get some college kid to pay me $50 for a condom.
I was going to say, get some Jimmys.
Yeah, we talked Jimmy's. We talked about the condoms, but didn't we say something like we'd be responsible for
how many kids
a pregnancy because they get hot in there and then they would
sit out in the car when it's 100
break down.
Degrees, you know?
Imagine.
Yeah.
I got my condom from an Uber driver and I got my girlfriend pregnant.
Bunch of little lifting with Larry's running around.
As long as you're not poking a little needle through the condom.
No. We're not talking about that now. No. Wouldn't do that to your brother.
That's hilarious. But yeah, so any other stories, Gabe? What about you? I know we've heard a lot of yours. Larry's got a few. Jesper.
I think the craziest one I had is, well, I've had two where I will not forget them. And that was meanwhile, I picked somebody up from there and they came out, one of the workers, and handed me a 20 and they said, make sure he gets home safe. And I was like, okay. And where the light, meanwhile, is right there. And I literally went across the light and he saw Topper's Pizza and opened the door and was like, I need food. And so he ordered wings. We get him and he's walking out to the car and he drops the box and it opens on the cement and he's picking up the wings, eating them. And I'm standing there I'm just like, this lady gave me $20. I need to make sure I get him home. And this old lady who worked at Topper's is like, you nasty. She's yelling at him. She's gathering the trash. And then he passes out in the front seat with his wings on his lap. And I get him to Kentwood. And I'm like, dude, you got to get up. Come on. I could not wake him up. The first time I had to call the cops. And they came out and they sternal rubbed him, gave him some salts. And all of a sudden he's like, I got to pee. And I'm like, you guys got to get him the fuck out of my car right now. And they get him out and he just whips his pants down in front of the cop and pees right there in the parking lot. And I was like, can I go? Can I go now? And they're like, you're free to go. Yeah. And then the other one was I picked up the guy who was drunk and we pulled up in front of his house and he wakes up and I'm like, hey man, we're here. And he's like, that's not my house. And I was like, what? And so he falls back asleep and I'm looking at the app and I'm like, no, this is the address. I'm like, okay, man, we got to figure out where you live then. If this isn't your house. And he's like, oh, that's my house. Thanks. And he gets out and I'm just like, what the 30-second nap? Is that what you needed to realize that was your house? It just amazed me.
Going back to your first story, what we won't do for $20. You know what I mean? If somebody hands you $20 cash, you're like, okay,
I'll tell you what I won't do for $20 is pick up Ivory.
Pick up Ivory. Well, you have a history with that.
How many times did you block him?
Every time.
I think it was 3 times total. I got him twice on Uber and once on Lyft.
I don't understand how that even happens, how these people can create more accounts too. Like you have one phone. I mean, I guess I could create another account with my other phone.
It's a credit card. They don't care.
He was using his girlfriend's account too, though, right?
Yeah.
It was hilarious though. The second time you got him, because you were so upset.
Wasn't that? Didn't he call you racist? Wasn't that like that? What that was his like shtick?
The first time I picked him up, I thought he was going to attack me. Like he was screaming at me from the back seat.
For what? And, like just
because I backed out of his driveway the wrong way.
Okay.
So how dare you?
So
right.
You know, which is crazy because I gave him a couple rides and he was so nice and quiet.
Yeah, I backed out of his driveway and like I literally just backed out to go like a certain direction and he just went off. He's like, "That's the wrong way. Where are you going? Do you even know what you're doing?" And just went off.
You know, I think like Gabe obviously didn't have any trouble. I just think some people just don't mesh well with other people. There's not anything you do wrong, and just for whatever that day, he just was like, "I choose violence." You know,
because I gave him a ride like 3 times. Once from the grocery store, once to work because he worked at. I think he was a armor car driver.
Oh yeah, I think that's right.
Yep, and then I brought him home from Walmart. He was picking up a Christmas tree and Christmas bulbs, and helped him carry the stuff up to his porch. Like he was cool.
But that's one of the things back in the day, though. I think we all enjoyed so much on the Telegram. We would hear all these stories.
Oh my god!
The Telegram was, it was popping back then, big time. Like you wake up, if you didn't work on a Friday night, you wake up next day, there might be 300, 400 messages.
Oh my god, you're so right.
And when you listen to it, like we were like, "Let's go!
Yeah,
$9 nighttime surge, woo!" And then we'd be like, "Let's go get pizza."
We were all riling each other up, right? That was the thing. We were all kind of, let's get out there. Come on.
It was so funny.
Don't forget I gotta take a piss.
Yeah. we all would meet up at the Shell gas station at some point.
Vito's, you know.
Yeah, I was trying to look at the stats because they have stats in Telegram of like how many voice messages, but I can't. 80,420 voice messages.
Yeah, I believe it.
80,000.
Yeah.
There would be times though I would go home early and y'all would stay out.
Yeah.
And even when I would go home at 2:30, there would still be 180 messages when I woke up.
Yeah, it was crazy. I remember the funniest thing on Telegram back when I had Nick riding with me making the little documentary film, and I'd be like, "Oh well, we got 4 people. I'm gonna have to leave Nick," and y'all would be on the chat going, "No, don't leave Nick on the curb, man. Don't leave Nick on the curb."
Did you ever share that documentary? I don't know.
I can send it to you. It's still out online.
Oh, I don't remember that.
I watched it.
Yeah,
I remember it.
First one.
You know what though? I think the best part of Telegram was John's weekly recap.
God dang, I missed those. That was
the motivation Mondays and then the recaps.
And it would just be clips of, and he'd be random, like Pelka would be laughing and crying, and then it would be Pete would be like, "I gotta take a piss," and then it would be something else. He'd have music.
Like, Jason, motherfucker.
He still uses clips from Telegram on his podcast.
He does,
intro and outro. Yeah, Jesper, you're on his pod. He uses yours every single week.
Oh, I'm sure.
At the end when he's like wrapping up with his outro music, like "Fuck John," that's what you said. I can't get this hour back. I get a little bit of Jesper every week on Tuesday when I listen.
And that was the time I think I saved a lot. Like now I don't. Like I actually use my saved messages for notes for myself.
Oh God, I do too.
I used to save so many clips. Like what was it when Cece? When it was really bad in Grand Rapids, she's like, "A tip for a titty." Like, I don't know what's going on with these roads. My boobs are just popping out of my bra. And I was like, "Oh, I have to save that."
Yeah. God.
Oh my goodness, those are hilarious.
Why do you think it was so good? Is it just because there were so many of us driving later at night? Because obviously now no one really drives super late, except Larry.
Yeah,
I feel like we, like all of us, when you look back at like when Justin and Ben and Sam, like, and Pete and all of us, like when we all were driving, like we all meshed well together. Right. And like, and a lot of us were from Grand Rapids, right? So like we could be like, oh shit, there's an accident, or oh, don't pick up at the Bob.
Y'all would share information. I mean, I remember when Palco, what she had that y'all went and rescued her, y'all would share information about where it's surging and, like I said, what roads were closed, or what's going on and everything like that. But there were so many people that there's always messages flying back and forth. Somebody griping or moaning about something, and somebody having a really good night, somebody having a really crappy night, and it was just so much back and forth back then.
Pete with another car seat.
Pete with another car seat. Underage minor.
I don't remember who came and saved me that night I wrecked my Pilot. Somebody came and picked me up. Like, they were there so quick. I don't know who. Maybe it was Justin.
Was it Justin?
I think it was Justin.
It was somebody that came pick my ass up.
I think it was Justin.
Was it Justin?
Yeah.
I don't remember. But yeah, that was that. It's nice to have. I've tried to like create that Telegram group and other like groups and like DoorDash, and like no one wants a part of it. I'm like, why do you want to be on fucking Facebook? It's the worst. It's the absolute worst. Like, I see some of the comments in there. It's like, the chat is great because like, you can leave voice messages. You can hear tone. You can hear people being sarcastic like I am most of the time. You know what I mean? Like, you can hear him like, oh, Jason's just fucking around. You know what I mean? But you read it and you're like, oh, that guy is an asshole. But I am an asshole. But yeah, I am.
We all know that.
Yeah, we are. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on, Pete. It's nice to have you on. Of course, Jesper. I think we need to peer pressure Pete and to get back on.
Yeah, get back on the road.
If Pete said, hey, this Friday I'm going out, I'm like, I'm fucking going out Friday night.
Hey, I'm getting my chapstick ready.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yep. Fire up them dash cams. I asked John for that chapstick video, but he said he's not home and it was on his PC. So I was like, we had to play.
Time to go home.
I thought I had it saved. I do have Sam's saved from the trash can. Trash truck
running into her.
Send it to me. I'll put that shit on right now.
Hold on.
If you can send it to me on Telegram.
Okay, hold on.
I don't know. I didn't save it.
It was fucking priceless.
Yeah. Oh, but her face was the face of like, Pete, you're just so surprised and you're appalled. Like, how did this just happen to me?
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. But
there it is. All right.
You found it?
Yep.
Jesper, you should stay active. You never know when you're gonna have to it's only 29 seconds. That's easy.
Yeah.
Come on the road. You should stay active on your apps.
Yeah, I'm busy enough as it is. That's the problem.
Don't even give me the bullshit.
Yeah. Come on. I look back on it and I now don't know how I did it. I used to work Thursday nights. I would work till 2:30 or 3, come home, get like 2 hours sleep, get up at 5 and be at work by 6.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how you did that.
I don't either now. Now I'm like, I couldn't do that.
I don't know how you guys drive it. Like, that's what I did, right? I did nighttime driving and Larry called me the machine.
Yeah.
No, not anymore.
Larry, you still do that though.
Well, I do, but it's like right now during summer hours, we only work from 7:30 till 11. So it's like, and it's from home.
Oh, so, at your
at my new job.
Yeah. Did you know that? Well, I don't know if Pete knew, but Pete
didn't even know Gabe wasn't living there.
I know.
Grand Rapids. He sure don't know I have a new job.
That's true. I don't even know why I fucking asked that. I'm the stupid ass.
Oh.
So I got this video up. This is Samantha. She goes by
She's gonna threaten to throat punch me now.
Yeah.
Rip your dick off.
Rip my dick off.
Yeah. Dick ripper. She was a host on the show. She's great. She actually just helped me out with my taxes because she's like got a great job now working downtown because I fucked up and she took care of me. But this has no audio, right? It's just video.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, that's
She couldn't open her door.
I know that, and then she was like, "Oh, fuck!" At the end.
Hey, I can't blame her. That's what I said when I got hit on the interstate several times.
I don't think it was as surprising as Gabe. Gabe was like, he was appalled that happened. Like Sam was just like freaking out because his was such a surprise. At least Sam had like a second to react and hit the horn, but.
I think Pete's was priceless though. You just
I'm trying to find that video, but I should have had it ready.
His face, he was just like.
I wonder if I can I wonder if I saved it. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I'll cut this show. No results for Pete, so maybe I didn't. But that's another thing I love Telegram for, is because you can find shit. But
oh yeah.
Anyways, well, let me look.
Let me see. When did you drive, Pete?
Oh, you'll
18 to 20.
Okay.
Ooh, some Pete classics. What's this? I got a screenshot of it. Oh shit! Hold on. Oh, this is gonna be good. Sorry, I'm like laughing. Hold on, it's uploading. There we go.
When?
There it is.
When did it happen, Pete?
Oh shit! I don't even remember. It was on Leonard Street. I know where it was, but I don't.
No, I said when. When?
Oh my god, I have an MP3 best of Pete.
I was getting ready to say you should pull up a recap.
Oh my god, it's fucking 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me save this.
Gotta take a piss.
That's all it is.
So all I did was search. I just searched Pete in the chat and brought up a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
I just sent you the screenshot that John put together with like 3 different poses of Pete.
All right, hang on a second. Where is it? What did it save it as?
Oh my goodness.
Hold on. Oh, here it is. I'm gonna cut all this shit out, so I don't care. I'm having fun. Pete, it's saved as Pete. Where the fuck is it? That's alphabetical order. What's somewhere else? Oh, because it's an MP3. Oh, that's why I'm trying to see. What StreamYard does is it dummy proofs, and it's like it doesn't let you upload a see, there it is. I'm trying to upload audio, and it let me have it. Okay, here we go. Operator error. I don't even know what this is. It's 4 minutes, so it's like I don't even know. Let's see if I can find that video because Pete Classics is this.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to find out what month it was.
It is long overdue. It's the Gig Economy Podcast Telegram. The best of Pete.
Hi, I am headed to the Shell because I got a purse. Well, I just dropped off this sweet old lady at the airport. And now I'm going to go to gas station, take a purse. It's funny because I just pulled into Shell because I got to take a purse. Well, I drank a whole giant glass of Taco Bell heaven.
Baja Blast.
So I gotta go. Purse. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I drink a ton while I'm driving.
Oh my god, you say that so much.
Constantly got that fan blowing right in my face or whatever. It just dries my mouth out. But I drink a ton and I'm pissing all the dang time. Well, impromptu GR rideshare meeting at the Shell gas station. I stopped here to take a piss and give Sam some bags, and then Gabe showed up, and then Jason showed up, and a couple other drivers who aren't in the group but listen to the podcast showed up.
That's the good old days right there.
Oh, fuck. I almost
Good old
shit
days.
myself.
Oh, no.
Which is that
Poor
little
Pete.
side street right in between College and, like, Union. And it's downhill one way. And so I basically slid into fucking Fulton Street. Thank God no cars are coming. Whew. Alright, well, I'm heading to the gas station to get a drink, take a purse. I don't care what Jason says about you. I think you're alright. Oh, man, I gotta take a piss.
Oh, my
So bad. Well, I got to run to the gas
I got the
station.
video.
You found it?
You know,
Snap.
take a piss. I do have to take a piss, too. All right, I'm heading over to the Shell. I got a purse. All right,
Oh, Jason,
Purse.
gas.
Jason, I sent you one. You remember that?
Purse.
Hold on, let me download this one in a
And stretch
second.
my
Then I'll go there.
legs. And, all right, I am headed to the Shell because I got to take a piss tonight. I am picking somebody up at, looks like the Woods, taking them 5 minutes north, and then I have to turn my app off because I got a piss.
Nice, Gabe.
Well, that worked
Nice
out
pull.
perfect. My ride was to Michigan and Union, so now I'm going to go get some gas at the Shell.
Purse.
Take a purse.
Is
I don't want to say confusingly, but confusingly. I do have to take a piss, too.
This one's for you, Pete.
Okay.
okay. I think we know who needs one of the goose. The goose.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Pete
The
starts
thirsty
driving.
goose.
Sorry,
Oh.
Jesper.
Oh my god.
That is classic. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's so good.
That is
I
so
love that.
good.
Okay, so here is the video of Pete. 16 seconds.
Oh man.
All right, we gotta roll it again. I gotta see. Cause there's so much going on there that I'm looking for the car. But now look at Pete really close this time when it happens. Just a side note, that was an aggressive amount of chapstick you were
I
putting
was
on.
about to say that. I was like,
I'm
I
like,
never,
how
I never
dry?
noticed how much he was putting on.
Yeah, I'm like, how dry are your fucking lips?
He's just like,
I mean, that was like 5 seconds of lip action. Oh my god.
Shoot.
Oh, those were the days.
Yeah. I think I sent over my interstate wreck.
Did you send it? Oh, I think I saw it in there.
I think I just sent it.
Oh, you sent it to me?
Telegram. I'll put it in the Telegram group.
Which one?
The main one.
Oh, you mean our chat?
Yeah. Hold on here. I'll cancel
Yeah, it's
that.
because you got slow internet. Did you dump AT&T yet?
No, because the cable company's getting worse reviews than they are now.
I don't know.
It's not any good.
What, the cable company?
Yeah.
You're screeching the podcast to a halt. I can find it. Who called me a fuckhead?
I said, suck it.
Oh, I thought you said fuck it. What month was that?
That was September during the picnic.
All right, I got it. Jesus Christ. Oh, this okay. All right, here we go. Let's see. P accent, man, that fucking chapstick.
I tell you
I just I can't get over it. I don't remember him like.
That's where the chapstick. That's where the whole chapstick thing.
I
came from.
know you were putting it on, but
I didn't realize how long you were putting it on.
I
know. we know what inspired that come after that. Larry's got a video. I just want to put on my chapstick.
Oh man, everybody,
John.
everybody in the car wash. Yeah, do it in the car wash where you're going through getting your car clean and put your chapstick on while you're in the car wash. That was, you knew it was going to be a prime day.
Chris Postumus would always do it too, and it was a little creepy when he did it. Just like purse his lips, and I'm like, I'm kind of uncomfortable.
There needs to be a trigger warning on his video.
Yeah,
I am in danger.
All right, here's the inside of Larry's rack.
How happy I am to see her. I didn't think so. She reaches into her pocket and pulls out her iPhone. Waves to the camera. She demands, "Tell it how much you love me for bringing you donuts." Oh, shit. Jude puts his hand over his heart. Damn it. If you brought me a Kevin Bacon. I think you're going to love me all the way into the afterlife, actually. Sasha says. Fuck! Because I brought you two.
I don't got the same shirt on.
Oh, you do!
Oh my god, I've never seen that.
I don't mean to laugh, Larry, because it looked bad.
Yeah,
it was not fun. I wouldn't recommend it. I'll put it that way.
The first bump did not look that bad, and then
no, that was just a tap. That was just a tap, and I was pissed about that though because I just got my whole rear end fixed from when the guy ran into me at the stop sign like 2 months earlier.
Well, I kind of forgot what the video was, so I saw the first bump. I'm like, he wants me to share this. This isn't. I was like, oh god.
That's what I was thinking too. I was
That's
like,
what everybody
this
does.
wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
and then the second one and the third one, I was like, oh.
Yeah, when they first see it, they think I'm just talking about that little bump, and they're like, that's not that. And they're like, oh crap.
Yeah. Yeah, that was bad.
Goodness.
I think there would have been more fucks dropped if you wouldn't have had such a good time at the picnic.
Exactly. I was in a good mood, thank goodness.
My gosh.
We had so much fun laughing that night playing the Rocket game. That's why I was still high. We were up till 4 that morning playing the Rocket game.
We still need to get a group together if we're gonna do like an Airbnb.
Yeah, I found it out there.
He's thrown it out there. No one's bid on it.
Nobody ever responds. But
if you get me my own room, I'll chip in on it.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend Larry and I have already had enough rendezvous.
Yeah, one. One of us coming home with COVID.
If we're gonna have a rendezvous, I want to save money and just do it at my house.
No, it like I'll tell you what. Last year, that was like probably the best part of the year for me. Like it was, I've never laughed, so I thought we were gonna get kicked out.
We were so loud at like 4 a.m. at this hotel. We were laughing so
like
hard.
Oh yeah, because Pete doesn't like. We were, I kept hearing them talk about the fucking Rocket game, and I'm like, what's the Rocket game? So I like loaded up. Larry's on his bed, I'm on mine, and I'm like, all right, let's go. And so we both were playing the same game. Yeah. And then he's like, did you drop? And I'm like, yeah, I got out. And he's like, me too. And then all of a sudden I'd be like, oh, I'm still going, like top of my voice. And like, then we'd be like, no, like we're like little kids.
We started at like 12:15. I look down, it's like 4 o'clock. It's like, dude, I gotta go to sleep. I gotta drive back to Bowling Green. I got a long drive ahead.
But we both won money.
Yeah, you won a couple hundred, and I won like $80 or something.
I won like almost 5.
Yeah. I knew it was up there, but yeah, we were being so loud. I can't believe nobody came and knocked on our door. It's like, y'all need to quiet down.
I feel like you guys should make an ad and send it to them. Like you guys, every time you talk about it, it makes me want to. I think the last time you talk about it, I started fucking playing it again.
You did.
Yeah, I started losing my ass off. But jeez. Okay, this is the Pete video. He actually shared it to me. I was able to rip it. So this is the one he was talking about where the girl didn't know where the door was. So I don't know how loud the audio is, but Why is there no audio? Did I download the wrong one? Motherfucker. Hold on. Sorry, we can't talk. I downloaded the wrong one. Jeez, what the fuck? That's scary. I wasn't looking at the screen. That scared me. I was trying to rip it so fast. I probably grabbed one without audio. Hang on. Did you hear that loud noise though? That was the. Oh yeah, it says. I'm so stupid. Just deal with it. I get so many things trying to like. It's like, oh my god, it's trying to download. Jesus Christ. Hold on. This thing is fucking. You know how it is when you're doing bootleg sites. Pop up blocked.
Trying to download the whole internet.
Yeah, I think I got it. Hang on. Yeah, trying to download what?
The whole internet.
Pretty much. All right, let's see if this one has audio in it. I should probably, if I was a professional, when I wasn't doing this live, I would have checked it first, but.
Yeah. Hi.
How's it going? Jessica, right?
Jessica.
All right.
This is Michelle. Also, get in the back, Michelle. Oh. Do you have charger?
I do.
Oh my God, Michelle! Michelle, you want to get in the back? How do I get in? Maybe this way? There's no door. Is there no door?
Oh, there's a door.
Oh, there's a door. Okay.
Oh my god!
I love it. Right? She's like, "What the fuck?"
I know. But you knew you had gold because you like looked right at the camera. And you're like,
I'm saving this bad boy.
So I noticed you adjust your seatbelt. Do you do that when you're anxious a little bit?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
It was like a nervous thing. I always like played with it.
Yeah. I do stupid shit like that too when I'm dealing. But it brings up a good point, and then we'll wrap it up. But how we talked about how anxious rideshare is, you know what I mean? Because you never know what you're going to get into. It could be a shit show, or it could be the funnest ride you've ever had.
Yeah, and you can have those back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you definitely. Well, that night that I got in the fight, I had the funnest ride I had in probably a year.
Yeah,
in the same night. So you never know.
And that's what makes it worse is you'll have the best ride ever, and then you get the one, and you're like, you're not.
And then you get the ivory.
Yeah.
Then you're contemplating your entire existence. Like,
exactly.
What am I doing with my life?
And that's why I tell everybody.
Pizza.
Yeah, I tell everybody every ride's an adventure. You never know who you're picking up. You never know where you're going to end up.
Yep. For sure. All right. Well, I'm going to end the stream. Thanks, guys, for watching.